Hello students, welcome to your chemistry class. So in the last video we read about the chemical formula, how to write the chemical formula using the symbols, and we saw some examples also we have written there. The remaining, that is the significance of formula and oxides and sulfides of divalent metals, about that we will read in the online live classes, that is on Monday. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss about the mixtures. So let us start. So previously we have read that your matter is categorized into two different categories, that is your pure substances and impure substances. So we read there that pure substances, that is your, again divided into two categories, that is your elements and compounds. And in impure substances only one category, that is mixture is there. Okay, so in the previous videos we read that pure substances, that is your element and compound, means they consist of your one type of particles. Okay, that is one type of particles. That means your pure substances are homogeneous. Okay, so remember your pure substances are homogeneous, whereas your mixtures are, or your impure substances are, they can be also homogeneous or heterogeneous, but they are the mixture. That means they contain different type of particles. Let us see the examples. But keep in mind that pure substances means they contain one type of particles, and impure substances means they contain different type of particles. Okay. Again your mixture is divided into your two groups, that is your homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So let us understand first what is a mixture. So mixture means if two or more substances mix together in any proportion and do not undergo any chemical change but retain their own properties, they are called the mixture. So what does this mean? So when your two or more substances they mix together in any proportion. See, in compound there is a fixed proportion. That is, in compound your two elements will combine but in definite proportion. That's why they are the pure substances. But in the mixtures there will be two or more substances. They will combine but in any proportion. Okay, and they will not undergo any chemical change. That means we can separate the particles of the mixture by the physical methods because they are not undergoing any chemical change. Okay, what is that? In the next slide we will see. And but retain their own properties. Retain means they hold. Okay, they hold their own properties, or you can say they don't change. Okay, so see, this is what? This is your cup of tea. What are the things is mixed here? That is your tea leaves, okay, or tea dust, then your milk, sugar. Like these things are mixed in the tea. So can you see that separate things individually? Can you see in this mixture? No, you can't see all these things in that mixture. That's why this mixture is called your homogeneous mixture. So homogeneous mixture means what? Homogeneous mixture is one in which there is a perfect mixing of components of the mixture. So you can see all they are dissolved in this mixtures. And if we cannot separate these particles by our physical methods, then that is called your homogeneous mixture. Okay, let us see the another example. So see, this is your salad. Okay, here you can see different type of particles here, or different type of things you can see here. That is your tomato, it is there, then your onion is there, okay, cucumber also there, so many things are there. But here another thing you can see here, all these substances, they are not mixed fully. Means easily you can differentiate with your hands, that is the physical method. So to the heterogeneous mixture, easily we can divide the substances from that mixture. Okay, so what do you mean by heterogeneous mixture? A heterogeneous mixture is a mixture that consists of physically distinct parts, each with different properties. Okay, so see here every part or every substance that is your, easily you can see they are separable. We can separate them with our hands, that is we can separate the homogeneous mixture with our physical method. Okay, so you can see they are not combined in a chemical change or chemical manner, they are not combined. Okay, how? Let us see. Before that, another example you see. So here you can see two examples. There are two figures, that is figure 3.2 and figure 3.3. Okay, tell me which one is your homogeneous mixture and which one is your heterogeneous mixture. Obviously it is your homogeneous mixture. Here this is the mixture of your soap and water. You can see the soap is fully dissolved in the water and you cannot see any separable things. Any physically distinct part you can't see here. But here you can see the separate things. Clearly here you can see. Easily you can separate the sand from the water by your physical method. Okay. So this is the example of your homogeneous mixture and this is the example of your heterogeneous mixture. Okay. And another examples of heterogeneous mixture, let's see. This is your oil and water. Okay, oil and water. You can see that your oil is clearly visible from outside. That means this oil is not fully mixed in the water. So that's why this is your heterogeneous mixture. And this one, this is your noodle soup. Okay, so here the different parts you can see, that is your vegetables are here and the noodles and the your water or your soup you can say. Okay, so all that things you can easily separate, that is your vegetables and noodles you can separate from the soup. Okay, and it is clearly observable their distinct parts. That's why this is the heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so let us see next one. So how your mixtures are formed? That is, mixtures are formed when two or more substances exist together without any chemical force acting between them. So what does this sentence means? That any chemical force acting between them. What is this? Let us see. Let us understand that. So see, here we have taken the iron and sulfur. Both are solid. So remember one thing, that the homogeneous mixture, okay, that is not obtained if both the components are solid. Okay. So see, if we will mix them with the help of a fan, okay, if you will put the fan, your iron and sulfur, they will get mixed. What happens? Let's see. You can see easily they can mixed, and you can see your sulfur and iron, they are not completely mixed. Okay, let us see. Let us try to separate it. So here we have separated. See, these are your iron one and these are your sulfur particles. Okay, so we can easily separate that by our physical methods. That's why your sentence, that does mean that we read, mixtures are formed when two or more substances exist together without any chemical force acting between them. That means how in case of your compound, Okay, that is your water. Here, from the water, we cannot separate the hydrogen and oxygen by our physical methods. But from the mixture of your iron and sulfur, easily we can separate the parts by our physical method. And another example I told you, that is your sand and water. From the sand and water also easily we can separate the sand and water by our physical method. That means in case of your mixtures, there will be no chemical force between the molecules of the mixtures. Okay, so easily we can separate the molecules of the mixtures by our physical method. Okay, so let us see how components of a mixture can be separated using physical methods. Let us see in the slides. So this one is your solid and liquid. Okay, so solid and liquid, they can mixed here, that is your salt and water or sugar and water. They can easily mixed and they are fully dissolved with one another. That's why this is your homogeneous mixture. Okay, then this one, see, oil and water. Can you see your oil is not fully dissolved in the water? That means these two substances, they are not fully combined with each other. That's why this is your heterogeneous mixture. Okay, next one, this is the mixture of gas and liquid. Okay, the mixture of your gas and liquid also you can say that is your homogeneous mixture. Okay, then this one, see, your solid and solid mixture, that is your a substance or a thing that is made up of your two elements, that is your copper and zinc. Okay, that means this is the example of your solid and solid mixture. This one, the example of your gas and gas mixture, that is your air. You know that air is a mixture of different gases. Okay, so air is a mixture of gas and gas mixture. Okay, then let us read the difference between your mixture and compound. From the beginning I told you that in the mixture there will be two or more elements but not chemically combined. But in case of the compound, there are two or more elements but they are combined chemically. Keep in mind that mixtures, they are not chemically combined, but the compound, they are chemically combined. Then here we can take the example of your mixture is oil in water. Here in case of the compound we can take the example, that is your water. Okay, in case of your mixture, the particles of more than one kind, that means there will be different kinds of particles will be there in case of your mixture, but in the compound there will be only one kind of particles. Okay, then your mixtures can be homogeneous or heterogeneous, but always your compounds are homogeneous. Okay, then the components of mixture can be separated by the physical methods, but the components of compounds cannot be separated by chemical methods. The components of your compound, they cannot be separated by the physical method, but they can be separated by the chemical method. And in case of your mixture, there is no need of the chemical method because they can be easily separated by the physical methods. Okay, so in this video we read about the mixtures and the type of mixture, that is your homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Okay, in the next video we will read about the separation of mixtures. Okay, thank you.